Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name's Teresa. If you are new here, welcome. I tried filming this video already, but my dog was in the room and he was just being a dog. He's 11 months old, or he'll be 11 months old tomorrow actually. He is a German Shepherd puppy. If you know anything about German Shepherds, you know that when they're puppies, people say they have their Velociraptor stage, which is like 6 months to 2 years. He's on 11 months, so we got a while to go with him. I love him, but he was just into everything, knocking my camera over, like trying to eat my books. I'm just like, dog, please. So I put him out in the other room and he is currently napping. So this is going to be a book haul of the most recent books, I think, since April and May. I can't remember if I did March books or not. My last haul, I can't remember. I think it was January, February, March was my last haul. So this will be April, May. And then it's June now, but I haven't received any books in June. So this is just whatever. My recent books that I've gotten since my last haul. Also, did you guys notice? I finally got new glasses. I'm so excited. My old glasses were broken and falling off my face constantly. I was constantly fixing them in my videos. I had like tape on both sides of the thing because both of these parts had literally fallen off the frame. It was horrible. I finally got new glasses. I can finally see. I'm so excited. So what do y'all think? Do you like them? I love them. I'm super in love with these glasses. Like, I'm so happy, and I can finally see again. My prescription was like 2 years old, and I realizing I was squinting and everything, and now I'm like, I can actually see. This is so amazing. So reading's gonna be so much easier, even though usually I read with my glasses off anyways, but whatever. Okay, let's get into it. So the first two books I have to show you, and there is no rhyme or reason. I'm just picking books off the pile, so I don't like a couple different locations I've got them from. I'll tell you as I get the books. So first off, we have Book of the Month book, and that is Darling Girl by Liz Mikowski. This was May's pick that I chose. This is basically a Peter Pan retelling about Wendy's granddaughter, and Peter Pan is not a good dude. I'm kind of getting from this is he basically kidnaps children. So yeah, I think it's her, Wendy's granddaughter, and then Wendy's granddaughter is named Holly, and Holly's daughter disappears, and I think Peter basically steals Holly's daughter, so she has to go, I believe she goes to Neverland and like tries to, I'm not sure if she goes to Neverland or not, but she tries to basically, because Peter apparently is like this dangerous criminal. So it'll be kind of an interesting take on that, but she's basically trying to save her daughter from Peter Pan, and it just sounded super amazing, whimsical. The cover is absolutely gorgeous. You have Big Ben on the back, and of course the Book of the Month stuff on the spine. And yeah, this just sounded really good. I'm not the biggest fan of Peter Pan. Like, I really like the movie, but I'm not like a huge Peter Pan fan, and I don't really read much retellings, but the fact that this one is kind of like a Peter Pan's the bad guy and kind of like kidnaps kids, I was like, all right, I have to pick this up. This sounds awesome. I've heard some good reviews about this, so this is the book I went with for May. So the next book I got was April's Book of the Month. Actually, yeah, I went out of order here, but it is Kayaking or Kkk. Oh my gosh, I know I'm not saying that correctly, and I'm not gonna be able to say the author's name correctly either, I believe. Vashvi Patel, I believe is how you pronounce it. I'm so sorry if I'm mispronouncing. I really need to look it up. Isn't this cover gorgeous though? Like this gold foiling. This is an Indian inspired like mythology retelling, and I believe that the main character is, I think she is a god in Indian mythology, maybe, and apparently like in their mythology she's evil, but this is kind of like her story, like a retelling from her point of view, like her story about who she is, and I've heard this is an amazing story, so I'm really excited to read this. It's a pretty big book, but look at how just insanely gorgeous this book is. It makes me smile like looking at the cover. It's so gorgeous, and I am pretty sure it's Indian inspired. But anyways, yeah, it's a retelling mythology. I freaking love those type of books. Like, they're pretty much one of my favorite types of books, or you know, retellings of old mythology, old folklore kind of stuff. So I'm excited to get to this one too. Okay, the next two books I got off of Pango Books, and they are Last Dance, Last Chance, and Mortal Danger, and both of them are Say and Other True Cases. These are part of Anne Rule's crime files. This is number 8. This is number 13. I am collecting these books. I have the mass market paperback versions of 1 through 9. Now that I got 8, I have 1 through 9. And then I have 13, which I randomly this one it sounded interesting and it was on sale, so I picked this one up, and I believe I have 16 as well. So I got 1 through 9, 13, and 16. So I need to get my collection, you know, back together. But yeah, so these are basically just true crime stories. Obviously, as it says, you have pictures. And so Anne Rule, for those of you who don't know, she is a true crime author, written just a bunch of stuff. So she's an amazing true crime author. For those of you who don't know, she actually wrote the book The Stranger Beside Me, which is about Ted Bundy, because she actually was co-workers and kind of friends with Ted Bundy before anyone knew who he really was and what he was doing. So that's really like crazy to think that she was co-workers with him. But yeah, these are her true crime case files, and like I said, she has a lot. I think there's like over 20 in the series, so I'm just slowly adding to my collection. So 8 and 13. The next book I have here is a advanced readers copy. I got this off of a Goodreads giveaway, and that's Take Your Breath Away, and this is by Linwood Barclay. And this is basically like a woman goes missing, the husband is blamed. Basically, they think he murdered her because the husband always did it, right? And I mean, that's literally what it says on the back of the book. Basically, like, the cops can't pin it on him because there's not enough evidence, but everyone believes that he killed his wife. So he kind of like goes into like this, becomes this drunk and hits rock bottom and just is like not in a good place, because obviously he's accused of murder when his wife just literally disappeared, at least so we think. So he decides to sell his place. He ends up getting his life back together. He has a new partner, and life is really good for him. But one day, this woman randomly shows up at his old house, and she's screaming, "Where's my house? What happened to my house?" And she is basically an uncanny resemblance to his wife, Bree, who disappeared. So like, is this her? Is she back? And then this woman just disappears again. And so basically Andy, who is the husband, he's like, was that her? Is she alive? Where did she go? If it is her, like, where has she been? Did she come back? Where is she now? And there's this whole basically crazy trying to figure out, you know, who is it? Again, whether or not he actually killed her. If that is her, where has she been? All this like really crazy intrigue stuff. And I seriously love missing person stories. Like Girl on the Train is one of my favorite books. I know Gone Girl kind of has the same vibes of like, we think the husband did it, but we can't find the body kind of situation. Yeah, and I guess it sounds fascinating. I love this type of thriller. It's a psychological thriller, one of my favorites. I have not heard of this author before. I'm excited to read it and see what I think of their work. And yeah, this came out last month, so I did receive it recently. I haven't read it yet, but it did come out in May. After that, I have May's Owl Crate book, and that's Ballad and Dagger. This is by Daniel Jose Older. This is like a pirate book that has to do with like pirates and music. And it's basically like this island. I think it's supposed to kind of be around the same place as like the Dominican Republic, I believe, is kind of like where this fantasy island is set. It disappears, and a lot of the people from this island end up moving to Brooklyn, and they kind of have their own culture, and it's very much based off of, I believe, the author's own culture of like, if it's Dominican, I'm sorry if it's not Dominican Republic, but say like Dominican Republic people moving into like Brooklyn, they have like their own culture, like mixed with American and their native culture. And so it's kind of like the story of this young man. He also happens to be a musician, like he's a piano prodigy. And I guess this like evil that sank the island is catching up with him. And I know it has to do with pirates, and that sounds really interesting. So pirates and music and fantasy and mystery, it sounds super fun. I've never heard of this author before, and I haven't heard any hype about this book at all. I haven't heard anyone talking about it. So it's pretty interesting when I saw it in my Owl Crate box. So I was like, I have no idea what this book is. It's really cool, actually. And of course, it's the Owl Crate version, so it's changed a little bit. It has these awesome foiling on the cover. The dust jacket underneath has artwork, has these cool in pages. Yeah, I'm excited to read this one. Plus, look at the colors. Like, can you tell that like this color scheme is my color scheme? I mean, it literally matches my hair. Yeah, I'm excited to get to this one. Like I said, I haven't heard anything about it, so I have no idea what to think going into it, but it deals with pirates, and I haven't read many pirate books, so I am quite fascinated to find out what this story is all about. After that, I have a book that my sister had that she didn't want anymore, so she gave it to me, and that's Ace of Spades. And this is by, y'all, again, with me not looking up the author's names before I did this, Abeki Amedi, I think is how you pronounce the last name, for Farda. I'm so sorry, I'm probably butchering that like majorly. I do apologize. Not a purposeful thing. I just forgot to look up the author names, pronunciations before I started. So I will definitely do that later. Ace of Spades. I know this was going around a lot on BookTube last year when it came out, and from my understanding, from the little bit that I've read, it seems like it's a dark academia in a way. There's private academy and these, so I guess a couple kids are selected to be valedictorian, or they're kind of competing for valedictorian. And then all of a sudden, this anonymous person who goes by Ace basically starts tweeting out their deepest, darkest secrets that obviously they don't want anyone to know, and kind of are trying to sabotage them. And so they're trying to figure out like who's doing this and all of that stuff that you would. It's a heart-pounding suspense and relevant social commentary. It comes in high-octane thriller. So in a way, this is kind of giving me, oh my gosh, Pretty Little Liars vibes, because you have like an anonymous person texting, and then also kind of reminds me of just a lot of different like YA dark academia books. What was that one? I just read one this year that was really good. For Your Own Good, I think it was called. Kind of gives me those vibes as well. So I'm excited to read this. I really like dark academia books. And it does, like I said, it has this person texting all their secrets and they're trying to figure out who the heck it is. And I'm sure there's like, it gets dangerous and probably like life in danger kind of thing is what I'm guessing that this will lead to, which of course I love those type of books. So yeah, my sister said she's getting rid of this. So I was like, I'll take it please. Thank you. So this next book I actually pre-ordered, and that is The Agathas. And this is by Kathleen Glasgow and Liz Lawson. This is, I mean, first off, look at this cover. Is this not amazing? So this is about a small town, Castle Cove, a town cursed with missing girls, bad boyfriends, family secrets, and some very steep cliffs. So it's about this girl who basically, like, her boyfriend broke up with her and she disappeared for 5 days and she's not telling anyone what happened. So it's like this big mystery, and then I guess these other girls go missing. And so the main character, whose name is Alice, she is trying to solve this mystery, and she thinks that she can because she's a huge Agatha Christie fan and she like owns all of Agatha Christie's works. And so she's basically going to take what she's read from Agatha Christie's books and like apply it to her real life and see if she can solve the mystery. And it sounds really good. It's got missing people, murder, bad breakup boyfriend, I'm sure like teenage drama, it sounds like. So I'm excited. Like, I am a huge Agatha Christie fan, a huge fan of mystery in general. I don't normally read YA mystery thrillers, but when I saw this book coming out, and I mean, literally all I saw was the title, and I was like, I just need it because it has to do with Agatha Christie, so I'm going to buy this book. Okay, the next one I also won in a Goodreads giveaway. It's also an ARC that came out last month. Boy, I'm really bad at this. That's The Change, and this is by Kristen Miller. This is a floppy paperback, the best kind of paperback, as we all know. This book says a glorious, entertaining, and knife-sharp feminist revenge fantasy about 3 women whose midlife crises bring unexpected new powers, putting them on a collision course with the evil that lurks in their wealthy beach town. I don't really know much more about it. I don't really want to know much more about it. Check out this amazing cover, though. Like, isn't this just stunning, creepy as heck? And I'm guessing it has to do with like rich people doing bad things with like fantasy elements, and I'm thinking it's like a thriller fantasy kind of. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm excited to read it. And so when I won it in the Goodreads giveaway, I was super stoked. And yeah, like I said, it did come out in May. So if you want to read it, you can go pick it up now. Second to last book I have to show you. I also won in a Goodreads giveaway. I just received it like yesterday actually. And that's My Summer Darlenes by May Cobb. This is by the author of The Hunting Wives. I do own that book, but I haven't read it yet. So I'm not sure how I feel about her writing. I know The Hunting Wives definitely had mixed reviews, but I figured I'd enter into this giveaway anyways because I had the first book. I'd like to get the second book, and plus, like, look at this. I normally don't go for this vibe. If you can tell behind me, I like dark, creepy books, but this is a thriller, and it sounds fascinating. And the cover, I don't know what it is about this cover, but it seriously like drew me in and intrigues me. I just think this color is gorgeous. So this says 3 lifelong friends plus a dangerous, sexy new stranger in town add up to a scorching summer of manipulation, obsession, and murder. From the acclaimed author of The Honeywise. That's all I'm going to read. That's all I want to know. It's like a summer thriller, which is always fun. I'm really excited to read this during the summer. I love reading thrillers during the summer. I don't know what it is about it. It just seems like a great time. And then like you have like beachy, sizzling summer read kind of thing. So I don't know. I'm excited. Plus I don't know what it is about this cover. Like I said, like normally this is not my vibe, but I love this. It's so in your face. I don't know, but I'm really excited. When I got this in the mail, I was so stoked because I was like, okay, first, it's a beautiful book. It sounds like a really fun. It's got a ton of blurbs on the back, so I don't know. I'm gonna read it and then read The Honeywise too and see if this is an author that I vibe with or not. Okie dokie. Last book I have to show you. I don't think I showed this in my previous haul. I really cannot remember. This is April's Owl Crate book. And that's Hotel Magnificent. Someone told me how to pronounce this and I do not remember. Magnificent, I think, is how you pronounce it. Y'all, I'm so bad with the English language. Like, it's literally my native tongue and I cannot speak it. So anyways, this book, Owl Crate edition, look at how freaking gorgeous this is. Like, I am obsessed. Also, these letters glow in the dark. It's the coolest thing ever. And of course, you have the beautiful end pages, the beautiful artwork underneath, as well as the hardback, you know, like Owl Crate does. They always make everything so cool. It's signed by the author. Yeah, I am this aesthetic, like while it is not my current aesthetic, the pink and the blue, if it was purple and blue, obviously that would be, but this exact color scheme I was obsessed with when I was a child. Like every art project I did, every craft I did, whatever, was literally this pink and this blue. Like I was obsessed with these colors. So when I got this book, I was so excited because I was like, oh, the nostalgia. Basically, this book is about a hotel, magical hotel that basically travels every night. It shows up at a new place every midnight, new town, travels around the world. And there is this girl who decides that Janny, and she decides that she's kind of fed up with her life. So one night the hotel comes to town and she decides to join the hotel as a worker. And I believe this hotel is it's famous for its astonishing enchantments, especially its ability to travel the world, arriving at a new destination each midnight. So the girl Janny decides to join. She starts working for them, but as she starts working, she realizes that there's some really sinister stuff happening. And so she kind of teams up with the handsome bellhop. And I believe that her sister is there too. And so she has to try and like get her sister. There's like a mystery she's trying to unravel to save herself, her sister, and the other staff from this hotel, because it seems all fanciful and magical at first, but it sounds like there's some really dark, sinister things happening in the background. So of course, I'm all for that. It kind of gives me Night Circus vibes. I haven't read the Night Circus, but I know it's one of those, like it's a traveling circus, right? That only shows up in different locations, I think. So I'm getting that from this. This is by Emily J. Taylor. I don't know if I told you that or not. But yeah, this book is definitely like, it sits on my bookshelves because it's so gorgeous. I'm hoping the inside is as gorgeous as the outside because I'm really excited to read this book. And maybe someday I will figure out how to say this word. Like I said, someone told me how to say it and I had it in my head before I started filming, and they got to pick up the book and say it, and it was like the word just like left my head. So dang it. I don't know. Anyways, guys, that's my haul. Hey guys, editing me here. I forgot to mention one book. So this is After the Hurricane. This is advanced reader's copy that comes out in July. This is by Leah Farquini, and it's a mystery about a daughter who returns to Puerto Rico to search for her troubled father who has gone missing after Hurricane Maria. So I'm sure there's more to it, but it sounds kind of like a literary fiction or something like that. I do like literary fictions, and I think the cover is really pretty as well. I may try to get this one in my TBR this month so I can read it before it actually comes out so I can leave a review, which is the whole point of ARCs. Okay, back to past me. A nice collection of different types of books, I think. And yeah, that's it. I will hopefully be having, my TBR video will be coming up. I don't know. I think it might be up before this video. If it is, I will link it. If not, check back for my June TBR. It's exciting. I'm unveiling my brand new TBR game, so make sure you check out that video. I'm so excited. Like, it was so much fun to do. And yeah, guys, if you like this video, I'm sorry if it's a little jumbled. I was a little flustered dealing with my puppy. I feel like I'm not doing a very good job at filming, at talking, but whatever. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, please. I would really appreciate it. Also, if you could subscribe to my channel, that would mean a lot to me. I'm doing my best to get videos out. I've been filming like crazy. I'm working on the editing. I just got a lot of stuff going on, so I'm trying to get, moving and get stuff out for you guys. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will hopefully see you in my next video. Bye, guys.